Hello, and welcome to Linguistics and More. Language feels neutral. It feels like a tool, something we simply use to communicate. But languages don't spread evenly, and they don't spread innocently. Some languages travel with power through empire, education, economics, and culture. And this is where the idea of linguistic imperialism begins. Linguistic imperialism refers to the way certain languages, most notably English, become dominant at the expense of others. It's not just about language preference, it's about whose language counts, and whose knowledge circulates, and ultimately whose voices are heard. Importantly, linguistic imperialism doesn't require force. It often operates quietly through schools, universities, media, and global institutions. The roots of linguistic imperialism lie in colonial expansion. European empires didn't only export armies and trade routes, they exported languages. English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese spread alongside administration, religion, and schooling. Over time, colonial languages became associated with education, intelligence, and modernity, while local languages were often framed as backward or informal. Even after political independence, these linguistic hierarchies tended to remain. In the 20th century, English gained a new kind of power, not just colonial, but economic, academic, and technological. English became the dominant language of international business, scientific publishing, higher education, aviation, the internet. I could go on. Crucially, this dominance appeared practical rather than ideological. In this case, English wasn't directly imposed, it was simply presented as the global default, which it had become. The term linguistic imperialism is most closely associated with Robert Phillipson. In his 1992 book, Linguistic Imperialism, Phillipson argued that English spreads through structural inequalities, not just individual choice. These inequalities include education systems, language testing regimes, academic publishing norms, and international development policies. His central claim was straightforward, but somewhat unsettling. Language dominance benefits some groups more than others. There are a few core ideas worth keeping in mind here. First, inequality. Not all languages have equal access to prestige, funding, or visibility. Second, naturalization. The dominance of English is often treated as normal, or inevitable, or simply neutral. The third concept is subtraction. Learning a dominant language can sometimes come at the cost of maintaining local or minority languages. None of these outcomes are automatic, but they are structurally encouraged, argues Phillipson. Linguistic imperialism is not anti-English, or anti-bilingualism, or anti-communication. Most scholars agree, actually, that learning English can bring real benefits. So the issue isn't the English language itself, it's what happens when English becomes the only legitimate option. So you might think this is mainly a historical issue when we talk about imperialism, things like that. But linguistic imperialism is arguably more relevant than ever. Today, English dominates global research journals, international university rankings, academic conferences, and much of the digital world, for example. Scholars, academics working in other languages, often have to translate themselves linguistically and intellectually just to be taken seriously. That translation is not neutral. In universities, language shapes who publishes and who gets cited and who gets promoted. Research written in English tends to travel further, regardless of where it was produced. This creates a global knowledge system where ideas from certain regions appear universal, while others remain local or invisible. Digital platforms only serve to intensify these patterns. Search engines, social media, and AI systems overrepresent dominant language. This affects what information is available, whose histories are documented, and which cultures are searchable. Language inequality, therefore, becomes part of the algorithm of our lives. In response, many scholars now focus on linguistic justice rather than outright opposition. This includes supporting multilingual education, valuing local academic publishing, recognizing non-English scholarship, and designing more inclusive digital and AI systems. The goal isn't to remove global languages, but to reduce linguistic hierarchies. Language connects us, but it also reflects power. Understanding linguistic imperialism helps us ask better questions about education, knowledge, and fairness. Not which language is best, but who benefits when one language dominates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Linguistics and More.